Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new, welcome. My name is Dina. Hair's a little bit crazy right now because it's still wet, but whatever, we're going with it. I am super excited because I'm finally gonna reveal a Magick wand that I made. This is a craft that I wanted to do for so long. I think the first time I got intrigued by this was when I saw a few handcrafted wands at a spiritual shop that were made by a local artist, and I thought it was really cool. And I'm like, you know what, I think someday I want to make my own. And I saw different ideas online, and this was kind of inspired by a few pictures that I came across. But I definitely tried to make it my own. So I'm really excited. This has kind of been a little bit of a long project. I've been doing little bits at a time, and I also had to wait for certain materials to come to my house because I ordered them online. But yeah, without any further ado, I'm going to show you the process of how I made this one, and then finally I will show you the reveal at the end. But yeah, you guys can see the whole process. If you guys choose to do this craft yourself, then you have an idea of how to do it. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoy. So the first thing that you want to do for this project is to find the perfect branch that calls to you. So I went on a walk with my mom in the forest, and this is when actually my mom found it. I was looking for the perfect branch, and I was just looking around, and my mom's like, what about that one? She pointed to it, I picked it up. I'm like, this is the coolest shaped branch ever. I'm definitely going to use this. And the next thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make it as smooth as possible. So what I did is I took a hand pocket knife, basically. Anything that has a good sharp blade. You don't want to use anything that's too dull, obviously, because that's, dangerous. And yeah, you're gonna want to scrape away any bark, any bumps that are on the wood. There's a couple little knobby, stubby things that were on the branch, and those were a little bit more challenging to get, but yeah, you want to get rid of all of those. Make sure you're being very careful you don't cut yourself, and also make sure you are cutting away from your body. That is very, very important. The next thing that you want to do after you finish this process is you're going to use some sandpaper to really smooth out your stick. This makes all the difference, honestly. It makes all the edges a lot smoother, and it's going to make a smooth canvas for you to paint on and complete the rest of the craft. Now the next thing that I did was I painted my stick a deep brown. Now I got my paint on Amazon. I'll put links down in the description box below for anything that I got, and hopefully I can still find the links. Some of them weren't prime, so they took a little bit longer to get to my house. But if you can't find this exact one, I'm sure you can find something similar at your local craft store. I apologize that the lighting is not the best in some of these clips. This clip in particular, I was painting in my room, and it was a very rainy day, which was honestly amazing. I absolutely loved the mood of the rainy day while I was making my Magick wand. It was just really fun. But yeah, I just didn't really feel like getting some big studio lights going. I kind of just went along with the mood. So for the very tip of your wand, I forgot to mention this, but I actually have a little hole that I carved into this. Now I didn't get this part on camera. All you're going to need is a very sharp, pointy knife. We just use one of our little kitchen knives. Make sure you're being very careful with this. It actually wasn't too difficult. My mom helped me with this one. I thought it was going to be super difficult, and my mom started going at it, and she's like, the wood's actually really soft. This isn't super hard. So you can just glue the crystal straight to the stick and wrap it with the wire. But if you want it to just sit in there a little bit better, be a little bit sturdier, I highly recommend trying to create a little bit of a hole at the tip. So I chose this crystal. It is absolutely beautiful. It's called Aqua Aura, and I believe this one is created with combining gold with quartz, and I think there's heat involved. Don't quote me on that. I'd have to do a little bit more research. I cannot remember. But it's a really pretty crystal, and I thought it would be really cool to use for this project. And it was just very magical, and it kind of gave me rainbow mermaid fairy vibes. So I love this crystal. So you're gonna need a glue gun for this project, 100%. Be careful with the glue gun, as you'll see later. I burnt my finger really, really bad. Actually, it blistered, and I needed a band-aid. So you'll see that band-aid in the rest of this video. But anyways, I used the glue gun, and I squirted the glue into that little hole of my stick, stuck the crystal in, and then I also put a little bit of glue around it just to create a little bit more of a strong hold for the crystal. And then you're gonna need wire. Now this wire, honestly, I just got at Dollarama. You can get just a plain wire if you wanted, but I really, really like this turquoise colored wire. I think it just matched the crystal so much better, so I decided to use this. Now I glued one side or one end of the wire down so it would stay in place, and then I wrapped it around the crystal and the top of the stick just to create a better hold. And then I also went in and I glued the end of the wire at the other end just so it would stay in place. The next thing I did is I had these little rhinestones, and they're silver. They're not gonna go with the color of the rest of my decor, so I did end up painting them, but I just wanted the texture of the rhinestones, so I glued these all around the top of my stick, just right underneath where the wire ends. And then I went in with my gold metallic paint and I made sure to paint all of those rhinestones, because the gold metallic paint is what I'm going to be using for the detail for the rest of the stick. Now, if you wanted to leave your wand at this, honestly you could, but I wanted to create something that had a lot of texture, that looked kind of old. I wanted to create more depth to this wand. So I got some clay, and I got this online. And I'll be completely honest, this is the first time that I've ever worked with this type of clay, or really clay in general, so I found it quite challenging. I had planned to make little flowers and stuff with the clay, but it just was not working for me, so I stuck to just leaves. And I was actually going to use it for the vine, or kind of like a vine texture that I wanted to go down the wand, but I found that it was just way too difficult to work with like that, so I decided just to stick to the leaves for the clay, and then I decided to use a different technique to give my wand texture. So you're going to need your glue gun again, and you're going to take your glue gun, and you are going to basically glue like around your wand, and you can go like a spiral around the wand, you can kind of go back and forth, you can create little loops, you can just do honestly any sort of pattern you want. Make sure you're being careful, again, don't burn your finger like I did. But yeah, you're just gonna create a really cool texture with the glue gun. And while I did this, I also made sure that I glued down the clay. And you're gonna wanna glue these clay leaves on your stick while they're still a little bit wet. Once they're hard, it's gonna be really hard to mold them to the stick. So they were still a little bit wet, not like crazy wet, but a little wet, so then I could mold it to the shape of the stick. The next thing that you're gonna do is honestly just wait. You have to wait until the clay completely dries, make sure the glue is completely dry. So I left my wand for a couple hours. Once that was all dry, I went back in with my dark paint that I originally painted my stick with, and I painted everywhere. I painted all over the glue gun glue, I painted the leaves, make sure you get all the little nooks and crannies. This is going to take a little bit of patience too, because you're going to want to paint one side, let it dry, turn it over, paint the other side. There are some sections that needed multiple layers. Sometimes the glue gun glue is a little bit stubborn for the paint to stick to. It really wasn't that bad, but there were some sections that needed a few layers of the brown paint. So once that is dry, your stick is going to look like this. It already looks really, really cool, but we are not done yet because we want to make it look even more magical. So the next thing that I did is I used that gold metallic paint to create accents and also to create some depth in the leaves. So when I carved out the leaves with the clay, I did create little indentations for where the little lines are in the leaves. I had to use the most random tools that I had around the house because I do not have clay molding crafting tools at all, and it would probably be a lot easier if I had the correct tools, but I work with what I had. But you're gonna take the gold paint basically to draw in those lines of the leaves, and also I love to use it on the tops of the glue gun glue as well, so I used quite a bit of it there. And then I also went in on the actual stick because there are some sections of the stick that are kind of cracked. There are little cracks here and there. So I added some of that paint just to add a little bit more depth. I thought it just looked really cool to highlight those cracks in the wood. Now you're gonna want to use a very, very small paintbrush for this so that you have some precision. I did end up getting a set of paintbrushes on Amazon that are specifically for precision, and it comes with a lot of them in there. I only used one for this project, but I have a lot, which is cool because they'll come in handy in the future for other projects. But yeah, again, I'll link everything below for you. So I was gonna leave it here. I absolutely loved the way it looked, but I'm like, you know what? I love the turquoise of my crystal and the wire, and I just really, really want to tie in more of that, honestly. So what I ended up doing is I got this little, I have this glitter, this turquoise glitter, and I just have like the most random craft things. I just hoard a lot of craft stuff in my room. And I took my glue gun glue and I just put like a little globs of glue in like little corners around the wand. And then I took a whole bunch of that glitter and stuck it there. And yeah, these little pockets of glitter just kind of gave it a little bit more of that mystical, magical feeling. It just really gave me, you know, fairy forest vibes, and like, I don't know, I just really liked the way it looked, and it just tied everything together a lot more. It just took it up to like a whole other level, so I really was happy with that. Anyways guys, here's the reveal. This is the final product. So much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it maybe inspired you to make something fun and creative. I just love creative projects. I find it so fun. I feel like a kid again. It's super magical and it's great. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. If you liked it, make sure you give it a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. Also, don't forget to subscribe, join the family, and click that bell notification just to let you know when I've uploaded a new video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Yeah, make sure you stay tuned for my other video talking about the new magical items I picked up. I hope you guys have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.